Alright, let's take a look at our Sgian Dubh here. Got the blade covered up. Got it shaped. Fits pretty good in the hand. Now, next step, get the gun blue out. We'll blacken the spine. And this knife is supposed to be black all over. That's what Nolan wants, something black. So, I've got some black leather dye we're going to put on the handle. I think it'll work just fine. I do believe I used it once before. So we'll see. Okay, it's black. Okay, hang it up and let it dry good. And I'll wipe it good, and then we'll seal it up with some clear lacquer. Alright, Sgian Dubh knife is all dried up overnight. Final polish and sharpen, it will be ready. Now let's go ahead and work on our sheath. Now this sheath is maybe a little bit bigger than what it actually needs to be, but I've got some stuff to put on it. I'll make sure there's plenty of room, and I want to make sure it fits down in there really nicely. So there we go, it's cut out. Now before, it's going to be black also. Before I dye it black, I'm going to do my stamping. And reason for that is, once you dye something or oil it or anything like that, it's very difficult to make your stamps stamp embossing, I think is what they call it for the proper people out there. But dampen it down, do that first, let it dry, then we'll dye it, then we'll sew it all up, and then we'll oil dip it just like always. Alright, here's our stamping. We have Bigfoot right there. That's his initials, NL, and that is a U.S. Army stamp right there. And of course, maker's mark on the back. Now, still damp, because when you stamp things, a tool and everything, it has to be damp. So we're going to let that sit here in front of the fan and dry for as long as it takes to dry. Then we'll dye it, and while I'm dyeing it, I'll get dye all over my hands, of course. Got some other things to work on while I'm waiting on that to dry. Alright, water has dried that I put on there. We'll take our black dye, get our sheath dyed. On the inside, I'm just going to go down to about here. It's just when you look down in it, you don't want to see the raw leather, and you'll never see it down here. Do this top half here, then we'll do the other half when we do the other side. Well, here I am off camera, sorry about that. There we go. Just do it. On the other side, I need to handle it up here, and I'd rather it be dry before I go to handling it. There we go. This is a time-consuming thing. Yeah, it's not hard to do. It just takes a lot of time, because you got to do a spot, let it dry. Do a spot, let it dry. But that's okay. It's going to look cool. It's raining outside anyway, so I can't go fishing. Hey, dry enough to put our coat on the back side here. I really like black leather myself, as far as a tactical type look. cooled off for a couple days. Now it is hot again, and flies are everywhere. Outside, can't keep them. They're inside, can't keep them out. I don't know. We are way too early for our spring, which is what it feels like. But it's supposed to have a big front coming through. It's coming through right now. Bunch of big rain supposedly this afternoon. Thunderstorms and severe weather even. So I'm just doing what I can today. Probably won't finish all this today, but getting pretty close to being finished. There we go. Let it dry. Once it dries, get it sewed up, glued up, sewed up, polished, oil dipped. That's going to look awesome. Put it in front of the fan, that'll speed it up some. Alrighty, just got out of oil dip. It's not quite dry. It really needs to hang overnight and dry. Turned out very, very, very pretty. Very nice. Camera don't do it justice like always, but now that new material I was talking about to sew with, that is black sinew. Because I love the sinew material. It's very, very tough, lasts a long time, won't rot. And I didn't know it came in a black color, but I don't know where I've been, but there it is. Yeah, we got a Chicago screw rivet right there. We'll let it hang overnight. Then we will polish and sharpen the blade, put it in there, and it'll be ready. Alright, our Sgian Dubh project is finished. There we go right there, black belt sheath. Bigfoot initials, U.S. Army stamp. Maker's Mark stamp. Now y'all saw me dye it. Oil dipped it, let it dry. This morning, that's cured just fine. Coated it with a mink oil. Should last a long time. Now the knife fits very tight and it will loosen up over time. But you want it to fit tight anyway. And there's our knife. There's your fuller on that side over there. Fits about right. Cut your sandwiches, hot dogs, deer sausages, that kind of thing. And do other things with it if you need to. But hopefully nobody ever needs to do that. There we go. Your sharp blade side always goes to your welt area right there. There you go. Fun little job. Took me a little longer to get it all to it and all done like I wanted, but it's done now. We'll get it out in the mail pronto. Thank y'all so much for watching. Papa Dan, thank you for ordering that for Nolan. And, lucky young man got a fine knife like that. If I say so, do say so myself. There you go. That's it. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see y'all next time.